to episode of Off the Shelf. I'm Parsons from HD, and this week we found Off the Shelf was...
Your most terrifying nightmare could never prepare you for what happens to the guest.
Vincent, you think in the years to come, people will appreciate us for what we're doing here?
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, goody, I love surprises.
One after another they come. One after another they check in.
Motel Hell, released in 1980, directed by Kevin Connor, starring Rory Calhoun, who is known for older westerns, Nancy Parsons, known for the Porky franchise, famous for it, and also Nina Axelrod. This film is a horror comedy, and I will say, this film is very entertaining. It is very fun. It is not, it's dumb, it's ridiculous, it doesn't take itself very seriously, at all. But I will say that, I think there's a self-awareness to it, right? The movie knows what it is. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Every character is stupid in some way. And it's just, the dialogue is dumb. All the characters are dumb. The story is dumb. And overall, it's just a dumb movie, but it's, a good dumb movie, right? And, the movie fucking ends with a guy with a pig head over his head with a chainsaw dueling his little brother, who is a police officer who also is wielding a chainsaw. They have a chainsaw duel in a butcher shop, while in the other room, the main girl of the movie is being pushed towards, I guess, by a machine that's like a chopper, like a fucking James Bond trap machine. Come on. It's fucking ridiculous. And I like that. I love ridiculousness. I love all the stupid, dumb fun movies. Especially if it's a horror movie, because I love me a dumb horror movie. Now, obviously, I think I've seen better stupid horror movies, and I've certainly seen worse. And honestly, I think this movie is a good middle ground between... Well, it's just a good middle ground between bad and good, you know what I mean? It's kind of in the middle with that. But I would say I did have a slight complaint. This might be a nitpick, but I feel like the film was not, bloody enough for my liking, right? And not enough gore. While obviously there was blood in there was some semblance of gore. I feel like there could have been better kills, is what I was looking for, because obviously when you go to a slasher film, you want creative, fun, wacky kills, especially in a horror comedy slasher film. Of course, you want there to be dumb, fun, ridiculous, stupid kills, because that's what you get in movies like this. But there wasn't, that many kills, or, creative ones. Right, and that kind of disappointed me, because I was looking forward to, maybe somebody, I wanted at the end of the movie, one person to just, swing a chainsaw and, their head gets chopped off immediately or something stupid and, goes flying in the air. I don't know, something ridiculous, right? I wanted something stupid that I could laugh at, and obviously there was funny moments that I could laugh at, but, I love laughing at stupid, ridiculous, gore. Take a shot for how many times I say those two words. But, legitimately, I really think that the blood, maybe there's a ton of blood, actually. I think maybe the gore and the kills part is a little lacking. Well, I will give it some slack. It was made in 1980. That was kind of before the whole, slasher, trend of just trying to one-up each other with ridiculous kills. I feel like that trend started maybe during the early to mid-80s, rather than literally the beginning of the 80s. So I'll give it a pass. Right, I just have my slight little nitpick there. But overall, the rest of the film, I thought, was a bunch of fun. It was entertaining, shall we say. It was a fun. It was a good time. There also are some comparisons or probably some very heavy inspiration from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one of my favorite horror films containing my favorite slasher, Leatherface. Love Texas Chainsaw. Love it. It sucks that the entire rest of the franchise kind of sucks ass, but it's for another day. But yeah, this film is very heavily inspired by Texas Chainsaw. I can tell because obviously there's like the chainsaw, they're like a cannibal family, and they're killing people, eating them, but they don't do it the same way in Texas Chainsaw, because obviously I feel like Texas Chainsaw is a little more grounded as a slasher film can be, than this one, because in Texas Chainsaw, you know, they capture people, put them on hooks, and cut them up and eat them, right? That's pretty straightforward. But in this film, they fucking plant them in the ground, and they slit their throats, and then they stitch it up so that they can't talk, and then they like to hypnotize them, and then they wrap ropes around their neck, and then they use a tractor to pull and break their necks somehow, because yeah, a tractor really has that much moving power, really can break somebody's neck, yeah. But yeah, so obviously they're not the same execution, but it's the same idea of a cannibal family kidnapping and killing and eating people. It's that same idea, which, you know, I do like that. Also, obviously, the main slasher wears like a skin mask. It doesn't matter if it's like a pig or a person, like it's still like a skin mask. Or like literally the head of a fucking pig. It's ridiculous. But overall, film was very entertaining. I mean, should you watch this film? If you are an avid horror fan, and if you want to look through the history of horror, do you think, is this like an essential watch? I mean, probably. I mean, it's a cult classic, you know? I feel like it had a bit of influence on the slasher craze. Not as much influence as like other slashers that came out years after, but I do think it helped with the slasher craze, right? It helped boost it up. While I do think this film is definitely not like the best slasher you can find, even around that time period, but I do think that this is a pretty important film in the history of, you know, cult horror films, cult classic horror films, such as this one, Tourist Trap, other films such as, and I really think if you're an avid horror fan, I would recommend it. I do think you should go out and watch this film, and maybe you'll even find yourself hooked and you will become a fan of Motel Hell. And with that being said, I think I'd rate this a 7 out of 10. Very enjoyable, lots of fun, really enjoyed it, and yeah, I think I was saying nice. Think I was saying peace. So guys, hope you liked this video. Share with friends, subscribe to the notifications on, comment down below how much you liked it. And I've been Rory Time HD. Off to plant some people. Just like pretend I have a chainsaw. It's not the same. It's not the same. I need it, guys. Donate me a chainsaw. I need a chainsaw. Donate a chainsaw to me. I totally need it, guys. Totally don't already have one. Shit. We talked about something.